In this chess video, we are going to look for some amazing games played by Mikhail, the magician of chess, where he plays with white pieces and he begins the game with e4, controlling the center, where comes the reply c5, and that is the Sicilian defense. Mikhail decides to play knight to f3, then comes d6. Now he plays d4, attacking towards the center, like this. So, as the popular reply, black takes the pawn and then he captures with the knight. Now comes knight to f6, development of knight as well as attacking the central pawn in the same time. So, the major reply comes knight to c3, since knight to c3 is once again developing the knight and protecting the pawn. Now comes a6. Since you can see that our two sharp knights and the bishop are attacking towards the b5 square. So it is an amazing move by black e6. Otherwise, Mikhail Tal would have played bishop over here, attacking towards a sharp diagonal, and the knight was also here, which may help in attacking the knight like this. For example, if he plays g6, bishop come over here, knight development, now it is attacking at the same time. So this was all the idea. Anyways, black plays a6 as the reply. Now comes the reply bishop to g5. Here, Mikhail Tal develops the bishop, and now comes e6. Then comes f4, queen to c7, and then finally queen to f3. Both of the players have taken out their queens, bringing to action. Now bishop to e7, development of the bishop, and then Mikhail Tal decides for king safety by long castling towards the queen side. Now black decides to develop another knight, knight b to d7, since it is also protecting this knight, adding a defender to the knight. Now comes bishop to e2. Mikhail Tal develops all the pieces, you can see, and the rooks are doubled. Queen is also popular since queen can come to g3, creating the attack on the weakest pawn. Anyways, in this position, x6 attacking the bishop. Now, in this position, computer analysis says to take the knight, but Mikhail Tal decides not to take the knight and instead take the bishop back. Now comes the reply b5. Now, in this position, many of you will be saying that we must play e5 since we are attacking the rook and the knight at the same time. And this was the magician of chess who did the same, where queen is attacking the rook and this pawn is attacking the knight. Now the main reply comes bishop to b7, since this is attacking the queen. Now, in this position, you can see that Mikhail Tal's queen is under attack. Now let us take an situation where you were as white. What you will do? Of course, you will protect your queen. But in this position, Mikhail Tal as white doesn't protect the queen and instead sacrifices the queen for the knight. And this is completely shocking because black cannot expect such kind of sacrifice. Anyways, black captures the queen and then Mikhail Tal captures the bishop back, attacking the rook. So black plays d5, blocking the way of bishop, attacking the rook. And now in this position, look, in this position, capturing this bishop is not a good move since black can capture the f4 pawn and can attack the bishop. So all the sacrifices will become waste. So Mikhail Tal doesn't capture the bishop, and instead Mikhail Tal sacrifices the knight. Now this is the second sacrifice throughout the game, and this time this knight is attacking the queen. So black has to protect the queen, otherwise queen will go. So black takes the knight, and now you want what you all are expecting in this position. Bishop to x5 giving a check? Yes. Mikhail Tal plays bishop to x5 giving a check, where king has king has three options over here, over here, or he can play g6. Now g6 is not a nice move, but in this position, black tries g6. The main idea is that black king wants to king over here and then over here, making a safe position. Well, now after g6, Mikhail Tal captures it. King goes to f8. Now then captures the bishop. Mikhail Tal captures the bishop, and now you can see that Mikhail Tal, even after a queen down, still he can handle the position safely. Well, the black king comes to g7, and this was the plan of black. And now in this position, bishop to g3. Wait, bishop to g3. What's the main importance of playing bishop to g3? First of all, you can understand bishop to g3 is protecting the pawn since this pawn was under attack by the enemy queen. Now, you might be wondering, Mikhail Tal left his bishop undefended. Well, let's look for it. If black king captures it, then say goodbye to his sweetie, since it is going to die in the next move. So this is not a good move. And Mikhail Tal, using a sharp mind, he decides to play bishop to g3 as the best move. Here comes knight to f6. Now knight to f6. Then comes rook x to e1. Now this rook was attacking the pawn, but yes, in this position black plays b4 attacking the knight. Now what can you understand by this move b4 attacking the knight? Mikhail Tal should protect his knight, right? But once again, this is the third sacrifice where Mikhail Tal doesn't care of his knight, and instead rook captures the e6 pawn. Now black has to take the knight, and then Mikhail Tal gets a third sacrifice throughout the game, where he has sacrificed the knight as well. Now you might be thinking, what's the main reason? Let's look on it. First of all, it is white's move and white plays f5. Now here comes queen to b7, where it is threatening the checkmate in the next move. So comes the move b3, protecting the checkmate. And Mikhail Tal is playing safely. Here comes queen to d7, queen to d7. Now comes bishop to e5. Now bishop to e5 is pinning the knight that you can see. And this position became kind of difficult for black. So black decides to sacrifice the queen for the rook. And then Mikhail captures it. Now comes the move, king takes the bishop. And then comes rook to f1. Well, rook to f1, this is pressurizing the knight since behind the knight there is the rook. And the bishop is attacking towards the knight. If knight will be removed, then the rook can be captured. So this is how Mikhail Tal is putting pressure on the enemy knight. And then comes knight to x7, where black is bored of such kind of pressure, so he decides to sacrifice the rook for the bishop, where bishop captures the rook and then black captures it back. Now once again, black is thinking that he is a knight up, so black may have a winning percentage. But sorry, this is white to move, and I want you all to short this position. Take time, and you may pause the video to know more. Well, in this position, Mikhail Tal plays rook to f8, and this is the best move. Well, I am not talking about that this rook will capture the rook. Why will the rook capture the rook? Of course, knight will capture it. And if knight captures it, then what we are going to do is we are not going to capture it. And Mikhail tells to queen. Actually, in this position, this was not the position of Mikhail Tal. Mikhail Tal plays rook to f8, where his opponent captures the rook back, and then after Mikhail Tal playing the queen, knight captures back, and then he pushes forward. Now e7 move. E7 is attacking the knight. Yes. If knight goes to any of the squares, so Mikhail Tal can win the game like this. Because Mikhail is having 7 massive point advantage. Anyways, in this position, black plays king to f7. So Mikhail brings the queen to the board and black captures the queen. Now this is the position at last where Mikhail as white decides to play king to d1, and now this was the end of the game where black resigns. Now what is the main reason of resign? Yes, this king can come over here and can attack this pawn. He can come to center and can attack this pawn, and by this way he can attack all these pawns. He have these 2 pawns over here and 3 pawns over here where he can push it and promote to queen. So after analyzing a lot of moves, black decides to resign, and this was the end of the game. That's why Mikhail is the magician. Now, as I told you about the 3 main sacrifices, Mikhail sacrificed a lot of pieces, even the queen, in order to win the game. And this was completely unexpected since Mikhail sacrificed the queen. And you all might be expecting that black will win the game. But yes, white wins the game. And this is Mikhail's masterpiece. If you have any doubts relating to this content, you may ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching.